Hello everybody, it's Suzanne and I'm lying here on the sofa in my nice fluffy robe because I was totally vegging out watching TV when I realized that I don't think I have come on and updated you guys on my last beta result. So I wanted to do that really quickly. Okay, so it's Friday, January 9th. I went in on Wednesday and got my 5th beta. I'm going to take my glasses off because I know it's casting shadows in my eyes. Anyway, I went and got my 5th beta on Wednesday, and it came back at 2350. When I'd gone in 2 days earlier on Monday, I had gotten a 1214. So on a Monday it was 1214, Wednesday went back and it had gone to 2350. So I think those are really good numbers. I am going to rule out twins if I can be so bold as to do that, since I'm not a doctor or anything. But I do appreciate you guys giving me the information on the beta charts and stuff. There were 2 different ones that came across. I can't remember what they were actually called now, but they were fascinating actually to look at, to see all these different betas and that you really don't know. But I think that the doctor's office, had they suspected that there might be more than one, they would have had me had an ultrasound by now. I'm going in on the 21st to have my first ultrasound to listen for heartbeat. But I was watching a YouTube video, and one gal that was having her ultrasound at 7.5 weeks, she had twins, and she was real surprised. And the sonographer, it could have been the physician, it probably was the physician that was doing the sonogram, said, "Oh, you didn't know?" And that's what made me actually think it was the sonographer, because the doctor would have known if this patient would have known. Anyway, but they said, "You didn't know that you had twins?" And the woman said, "Well, yeah, we knew, but there was one that was kind of lagging behind, and they weren't sure if it was going to make it or not." So she was very pleased that it had a heartbeat, and it was still there, and it was doing very well. And so how did she know? Unless she had already had some sort of sonogram or ultrasound. And I'm thinking that doctors, if they think that's a possibility for twins or triplets or something like that, that they maybe do an earlier one just to kind of check it out. I don't know. You tell me. I'd be curious to know if anyone out there has any good information on this. But anyway, so the 21st at 9:30 in the morning, I'm going in for my ultrasound, and then we'll hopefully hear a really nice heartbeat. My husband does plan to go with me. And other than that, I don't have any more doctor's appointments between now and then. Which is nice, because it's just, I'm so busy with work that having a little reprieve from doctor's appointments would be really nice. So I'm going to enjoy that. I'm still taking my progesterone injections once a day. I'm taking estrogen pill twice a day, my baby aspirin, and my prenatals. So I haven't really been experiencing any type of morning sickness or any other symptoms other than my uterus does feel like it has pressure pretty much all the time. No real true cramping or anything like that. I had some egg or food aversions the other day. But other than that, no other problems with eating or food or nausea. I do tire after standing, not sitting around. I can sit and work on the computer. I can walk around. It's really weird. It's like if I just stand still for more than a few minutes, it hits me that I'm tired or that I want to sit down, like I'm fatigued. And so it's just like someone who probably feels who's like really out of shape or something. You just fatigue faster. And that's how I feel. So in the mornings when I'm getting ready, I make sure that I have my vanity chair. And if I'm standing and talking with someone for too long, I just look around if there's a chair nearby. I just politely say, "Hey, do you mind if we just sit and visit for a minute?" Because I'm just too weak to stand. I mean, I know people are like going, "Oh my God, maybe work out or something." Speaking of working out, I am feeling really bad. It's been so cold. I haven't gone for a walk in a couple of days. But I'm going to definitely get out this weekend, and I'm going to go for some really good long walks because that really makes me feel good. And other than that, I mean, my lower back's still hurting in the mornings when I wake up. The other day I had a little bit of, it didn't hurt quite as bad. And that day my husband had me do some, I think it's called foundation training, where you stand in these different poses, and it actually is supposed to strengthen your core and help your strength of your spine, and just it does all kind of miracle things for him. So I did those one day, and then lo and behold, the next morning I woke up and my back was feeling really good. So maybe when my husband gets home in a little bit, he's out looking at new cars with his mother. Just helping her find a car. But see, that's what I want. A son that on a Friday night at 8:30 will be out, shopping for cars if I need him to. I mean, he's such a good son. But anyway, we can only be so fortunate to have a good child like him. But I would do it for my mom too. So we're both so perfect. No, I'm just kidding. So I feel like I'm sitting here saying. Anyway, far from it, I promise. But my egg donor agency sent me a really nice letter and a CD of my donors' pictures and her little health background page, and I let them know that I could tell they were kind of fishing around wanting to know what the results were of the IVF, and I let them know that I was 6 weeks, because tomorrow I'm 6 weeks. And you could just tell they were really pleased to hear that, and just really excited and glad that they could be a part of the whole process. So this has been a really interesting, journey. I don't know, that word's getting kind of overdone as far as I'm concerned, but it's been a really interesting experience to do this. And I really don't think that it's totally and completely sunk in 100%. So I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm so happy and ecstatic that I don't feel sick. But I watched a lot of YouTube videos when women were in their 6th week and they weren't feeling sick, and then in their 7th and 8th week, boy, did it hit them. That's probably when it's going to get really real for me, is when the dreaded morning sickness starts to take on. Maybe I'll be fortunate and lucky and just never... Could I be so lucky to not have morning sickness? Anyway, let's pray, shall we? But thank you so much for those of you who gave me the beta information. Forwarded, can't remember the beta master list and all this, and the singletons versus the twins, and just how the numbers were. That was really crazy. But I really do feel that now, I mean, this far into it, I don't think on any of the charts, unless it was just like a really small percentage of women who actually had twins with my low numbers at this stage of the game. So, but you know what? That's fine. 1 is really good. It's just at my age and wanting 2 children, I was kind of hoping, that we could do it all at once. But you know what? I could do it again. I bet you could. And if not, I told my husband that we would just adopt the second one. So, that's it, I guess. Thank you so much for listening. And I do appreciate all of you. And I do appreciate and I do read every single one of your comments. A lot of times I will respond to them. And if I haven't responded to yours, it's probably because I didn't see it. Because I am not the biggest YouTube guru. I'll just tell you that. And nothing against those of you who have it all figured out. But I am so freaking busy with work. I don't even really hardly have time to figure out how to use, I know how to use my iPhone because I live on it. But you get what I'm trying to say. All right. Thanks so much. Wish me luck. And I will talk to you guys again on the 21st after the ultrasound. And hopefully we'll hear a good heartbeat. Thanks.